Hello, this is David with Arizona MMC. We are the state's leading medical marijuana evaluation center. Today what I wanted to do is to show you how to perform the online application process for your Arizona medical marijuana card. So the website is azdhs.gov, and there is a rotating window at the top that once in a while will say Arizona Medical Marijuana Program, but statically they have one down on the right side here. It says Arizona Medical Marijuana Program. Just click on that. And then you have all kinds of options. If you're a caregiver looking to get registered, if you're looking for information on dispensaries, you can get that. But we're just going to click on qualifying patients because that's what I'm here to show. Then they ask if you're under or over the age of 18, and we're talking about an adult, so I'll click on that. The options now are you can get a checklist and download that to see what exactly are the items necessary to apply, or you can just get instructions step by step, and that's kind of what I'm showing you here. One thing you probably will need here is the attestation form, and that's a one-sentence attestation that every patient needs to sign saying they're not going to divert their medicinal marijuana. Notice that these forms have the Adobe PDF picture next to it. You will need Adobe Acrobat Reader. You can click here to download that. It's free, and it's both Windows and Mac compatible. So since we're going right into the application, I'll just click on that. Then what you'll see is this use agreement. I'll make this really large. What they talk about is the Department of Health Services suspended the dispensary portion because the state of Arizona is now suing the Department of Justice to get clarification on federal versus state law. What has not been affected is getting the medical marijuana ID cards. So you can still get your cards, and this is sort of the site you go through to do it. Here's what you need. You need a photo ID such as a driver's license or a state ID card, a current digital photograph of yourself, electronic copy of your physician certification form, your attestation form, and then something for payment. If you're in the SNAP program, which is the Arizona Food Stamps program, you can get a 50% discount as long as you provide your documentation with the application. Here they just mentioned that federally marijuana is still illegal, that you understand that and accept any potential liability from that. The feds put out another memo this year, the same as 2009, saying that they're not interested in patients themselves. They're interested in drug dealers or big cartels or big entities that are profiting from marijuana. And then this just talks about sticking with the state law. Just click I agree. All right. Now, either you're a patient under the age of 18, you're applying to be a caregiver, or dealing with the SNAP program. We're just dealing with as a patient, so we'll click that. And then you just have to put your own information in. I'm going to use my dog's information, and then just put some fake stuff in here. I'm going to say that he was born in 1980. Oh, he wasn't. He's a male. I'll give him a driver's license of some repeating digits there. If your driver's license was issued before 1996, you'll have to supply a secondary form of ID, such as a birth certificate. For the purposes here, I'm just going to put 2004, so we can avoid that. And then you put in your residential address. I'll just make one up. 123, let's say Fake Street, 85003. It will auto-populate for you with your zip code, so Phoenix, Maricopa County. Obviously you're in Arizona. Let's put in a fake phone number, and we'll put in a fake email address. Obviously put in your real stuff here. I'm just doing this for demonstration. If you don't have an email address, you can get a free one from Yahoo, Gmail, MSN. If you don't have the technology to get one, the office can help you with that. Arizona MMC will help you with all of this, actually. You don't have to deal with any of it. if you come in for your evaluation at our center. If your mailing address is the same as what you put up here for your residential address, just click this box and this will be grayed out. You don't need to fill it out. If they're different, obviously go ahead and fill it out. This information you'll get right off of your certification form. Don't try and remember it, just copy it verbatim, okay? Just put our office name in here, put a fake address. Let's put Arizona Way. We'll just make up a phone number. But don't make up this stuff. Put it in exactly, okay? And then the license type. Okay, so the diagnosis that for your qualifying debilitating condition will come right off of the certification form. Don't ad-lib or put additional checkboxes in if you have that. Just check whatever was checked at the office. So for all intents and purposes here, I'm going to check severe and chronic pain. And if there is information put in the white box on the certification form, put it in here, okay? So I did that for demonstration purposes. Painful diabetic neuropathy with failed back surgery. If you have a caregiver that you're designating, you can click here and fill it out. If not, just leave it blank. You can get one later if you're ever going to get one. If you're going to grow, that's called cultivate, check here. 80% of patients do. If you're not sure, you think you may, go ahead and check it. If you want to be notified of clinical studies, check that box. And then if you're on that Arizona food stamp, the SNAP program, go ahead and check here. Two things will happen. One is your fee will be reduced by half, and two is you'll have to upload your card on the next window. And then if you're homeless, check this box. Okay, so let's save there. It'll ask you to make sure your data is correct. Say yes. And then it will take you at some point. It says your application is saved. Please continue to upload required documents. It doesn't open a new window at this point. What it does, voila, it gives you the area where you're supposed to upload at the bottom. All right? So let's go through this. Current photo. I have an example of a photo of an example of what not to use. Forget the fact that it's my dog and this is a hilarious picture. Look at this. They don't want you wearing sunglasses or a hat or a Halloween outfit. All they want is a current photo that looks like a passport photo. They don't want you on a motorcycle or something off your Facebook page. Okay, so I think you're getting the drift. That's one of the main reasons applications were rejected at the beginning, and they still are, because patients don't just take a normal passport photo. We do this at the office. We can take care of it for you. Okay? So what you do here is you have to browse to find where you put it on your computer. And this is a Mac, and I already had this window open, so I went right to it. But so then you push upload when you found the document, and it will upload it, and then you'll see an OK next to this when it's completed. All right, so that'll come up in a second. So a valid ID. So for your photo ID, I uploaded my driver's license, I put my dog's picture on it and took my name off, but you get the idea. I took this with my cell phone. You can scan it in. We'll do this for you at the office. This is a JPEG. You can also scan it in as a PDF. But they need to be able to read it. If it's fuzzy or out of focus, please redo it. I don't want to see anybody get their ID card rejected because nobody could read their driver's license. All right? So we'll go ahead and just upload that. Okay, the next one is the attestation form. The attestation form looks like this. It's only one sentence. Okay, so you put your name here, first and last. I just put my dog's first name, but you attest that you're not going to divert the marijuana. All right? So you do that, and then you sign it, and you put the date, and then you're good to go. Okay? So we're going to do that very quickly. Attestation. Let's upload. And then lastly is the certification form. The certification form looks exactly like this. The physician's office fills this out. You don't need to really do anything. A lot of this will be pre-populated if they've done this a lot. I just filled it out by hand with fake information. Doctor's office name, license number, the type of doctor. There are 4 doctors who can do certifications: MDs, DOs, naturopaths, and homeopaths. Their office address, their phone number, their email address, not yours, your first and last name, and then your date of birth. Okay? The physician will fill out the debilitating disease that you have. And if you have 2, they'll check them both, but don't write on this form. Okay? Just let the physician do it. If the physician checks something underneath this line, one of these 5 boxes, this white area down here needs to be filled out, or you risk getting rejected by the Department of Health Services. The physician may forget, so it's okay to remind him or her, but what the department wants to see is that this is filled out as to why is the patient having these symptoms. So I just made this up: severe and chronic pain from diabetic neuropathy and failed back surgery. Okay? And then the physician will fill these in. You don't have to worry about it. It just talks about them seeing your medical records, doing the in-person exam, so on and so forth. This will always be no right now because the dispensary program is on hold. The physician will sign it and date it. And this part will be uploaded. Do this very quickly here. Okay, so once these are all okayed, then we'll move on to the last section. Yep, that's good. You didn't have to do the secondary ID because your license was after 1996. And you're not on the SNAP program on this example, so it graded these out. All right, so let's confirm. And then it does a little summary of how much you'll have to pay, who you are, qualifying patient over 18, and then a new. Everybody's new right now. The renewals will start, next at the end of the fall. I'm sorry, at the end of the spring. All right, and then so basically this last section goes into the Pay Now section. I'm not about to put in my credit card info, so we'll stop here. But this part is very self-explanatory. If you have any issues, like I mentioned, the office, Arizona MMC, will do the evaluation, and then for the low fee, everything else is free. All of this, okay? So you put your information in here, you continue, there's a couple more steps, and then you'll be done. To get the ID takes about 3 to 5 business days, and you'll get it in the mail. If there's any issues, they'll either notify you by email or phone, or they may notify the doctor's office. So Arizona MMC would get in touch with you. There you have it. It's not very difficult, but if you don't have the technology to do it, our office will take care of everything for you. Check us out on the internet at ArizonaMMC.com. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.